Maeve was saying, and she would have said it back during the Interpro series as well, when yourself and other players were coming back from Irish camps day in, day out, going back training with Munster, and she said when she came in the last couple of weeks, she could see the marked differences that you've all taken as professionals. I'd be curious to get your own take on it personally. What do you think you got out of the last, whatever, 4 or 5 months? I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, so we've been in since November. Anybody who's been able to take a contract, and there's no doubt that it's been like so helpful for me personally. Like I'm still quite young, so even like my training age and my gym age, I haven't had that time to be like in my own time along with work or college to be able to have that much time in the gym around recovery, around analysis. Like usually you kind of work your 9 to 5 and then you'd go home, have a bite to eat and go to training. But at least now the fact that I'm in here, I have my 2 hours to gym, I have my 30 minutes after to recover, I'll have an hour to do analysis, and then we can go out onto the pitch. So it's like been undoubtedly helped me. Like I've found myself being able to get stronger in the gym, and I know the girls have as well, and even just your kind of game understanding, having more time, but that's really been the big thing, is the time element, having more time. So it's been great.
Is there a specific side that you think you've really come on, whether it be strength and conditioning, fitness, or your technical understanding of the game, or just the basic skills even? I
suppose I've tried to focus on all elements. I know like you can't really have one lacking. Like in here, you need to be up to scratch in all of them. So I've just been able to kind of take myself, so in the gym I'll be focusing there on my strength, then off the pitch in our free time it's kind of up to yourself to go in, chat with our analyst Keane, he has so much information, and then on the pitch being able to go out and like train your hardest and do your post training analysis. So I've been trying to focus on all of them, but also taking them individually as you can. So that's like having the time in here gives you the opportunity to be able to do that.
Do you talk to your brother Shane a lot for
I do.
bits of advice and things
I do, yeah. Shane's great. He's so helpful to me. Like he's gone through everything so I don't have to. Like he gives me all of the advice. A huge part that I work on with him would be kind of like the mental side of the game. It's something that I think is maybe it needs to be like there needs to be more emphasis on it. Like it's kind of hard. You've so many elements. It's kind of hard to find the time for that as well. So that's the side of the game that I'd focus on with him a good bit. I find him really helpful, and he's been through literally everything. So he helps me with that, the mental side of the game, just around confidence and the psychology, and obviously there's so much in it. So yeah, he's great. We get on really well, so it's great.
And the team development as a whole over the last 12 months or 18 months since you come in, like there have been a lot of young players and new caps handed out in the 18 months. It nearly feels like you've been around quite a while, even though you're really only captain the last 18 months.
To be fair, I do still feel like I'm learning loads and developing loads, and I think like that's obviously great. But I think compared to last year, obviously coming into the Six Nations last year, we had a whole new coaching staff, so we're already ahead of where we were last year. We know our shape, whereas last year we nearly had to create it. So we're already ahead of where we were at, and I think having players being able to be centralised, and also having players being able to be in and around the environment. Like there's lots of girls who've been into who mightn't have gotten their cap yet, but being in the environment is like the first step. And I think that having people in, whether they're getting capped or not, like is already hugely helpful, and it gets them ready for when they do have to get on the pitch. Thanks.
How much of a challenge are Wales going to be away this weekend?
Yeah, I know like the result last year, it was a big fight, and then obviously it didn't go our way. They're a really strong and physical team, and we know that. We've done our analysis work, but I think coming into the first round of Six Nations, there's only so much footage you can kind of look at, so we're focusing on ourselves. It's going to be a huge challenge, but we've such a great energy in camp this week, and everyone's on the same page, and we all our detail kind of down and done, and I think we're in a really good place. So it's definitely, I think every game of the Six Nations is going to be a challenge, but yeah, I'd like to think we're in a really good place.
Not writing off the games against England and France, the gap though is significant. This really does feel like the battle for third place. It's almost the best of the rest. Has it been looked at like that, or would that be seen as a significant step considering last year?
Yeah, to be honest, looking at our opposition, we're not focusing on them as being our two big games. We're focusing on each game week by week, but we want to bring the same approach to each game. We want to show our fight, we want to show our ability, and I think just because that it's the name France or England we're not going to be backing down in any way. We want to rise to the occasion, and we're going to do our analysis like we would do at any other team, and we're going to go at them like we've absolutely nothing to lose. So third place finish is our goal, but I think that we'd be silly to just lay down and kind of let them come at us. We're going to go at them as hard as we can, and yeah, I think we've a fire in our belly. Like, we're ready to go. They're at home. We want to put on a show for the audience and for the fans coming down to Cork to see us. So yeah, I don't think by any means we'll look at it as a hill any bigger than the likes of Wales or Italy or Scotland.
The fact that you've been together, as you say, since November, what do you think you've focused on most to bridge that gap between those top teams?
Yeah, I think again, like it's all the elements. You know, it's being in the gym and being able to work on maybe like your box jumps or your plyos, which will then go onto the pitch and help you get faster and make you more explosive. It's been all the elements. I think what it's done is it's really given us the extra time to work on our shape. That's something that definitely through the Celtic Challenge as well we've really been able to work on, and that's probably the hardest part. Like, yeah, everyone can go into the gym and squat, and everyone can go out into the pitch and sprint as fast as they can, but I think coming down to that shape, that's knowing where you need to be and understanding your role, that's probably been like one of our highlights, and knowing every single detail. So like, where am I going off after this line out, or where am I going off a midfield scrum? I think that's kind of been a really big focus for us, especially over the last 2 weeks now that we're all together. But I think, yeah, understanding your role, knowing your role and our shape is something that we've really worked on.
When you look at, say, the World Cup final and you see the performances and you just see how thrilling a game is and the pace it played at, what do you take from it, watching the game just as a rugby player? What do you think we absolutely need to bridge that gap, and there's one thing that we could do?
Yeah, it's hard. I think putting it down to one thing, again, I think it's so many elements, and it's coming down to each individual as an athlete first, whether they're out doing their whatever speed tech, and like you see like some of the girls who are like in New Zealand, like they're unbelievable, and same with England, like they have all of that groundwork done, and then on top of that individual, which is the groundwork, you'll have your teamwork. So I think it's so many elements. I couldn't put it down to just one thing, but watching the games, I get so excited because I fully believe that we are more than capable of doing that. And yeah, maybe we're just a little bit further behind in terms of, you know, we're a young squad and we have our experienced girls, but coming through the years, like, I fully believe in this group that there's something really special brewing, and I think that we are more than capable of doing that, and I just can't wait for us to be able to go and play together and develop.
I know obviously Maeve Óg spoke in the past with some players that come out of your home that back home, and I suppose you must have been fairly proud to see Ruan Quinn put in such big performances for the
yeah. Ruan's been class. He's so exciting to watch. He's, for such a young age as well, like, he's so explosive, and his energy that he brings onto the pitch is unbelievable. So yeah, it's unbelievable. It's great. I think Ballinackiloo is definitely brewing some good rugby players. So yeah, he was class. He's unbelievable. I can't actually wait to see where he goes, and it's been nice to see him around the halls in here as well over the last few weeks.
And in terms of, I suppose, developing your own game, I suppose, looking at some of the players you're playing alongside in the back row for both your club and Province, I suppose, like Hannah O'Connor, Doherty Wall, Germany Horn, I'm sure that's a big help in kind of because obviously they would have kind of experience from would have been internationally capped before, I suppose, you made it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I learned so much from all of those girls, and I think actually getting to play with them is the best. So Munster this year, we'd great crack, me, Derv and Dara, like, we absolutely loved it down there. So getting to play alongside them, that's when you really get the learning done. And as well with Hannah and club, like, I'm so lucky, and I learned so much from those girls, like, week on, week out. So it's been great.